Good morning, everyone. I'm Cindy, and I'm with Elevated Designs, and we're going to continue working on this summer sign insert set. I went ahead yesterday off camera and painted this popsicle, and I did what they call a ombre effect, and I did this using a sponge. I will show you how I did this. There's actually two different ways that you can do this. You can do this with a sponge, and you can also do it with a flat. You want to use a flat paintbrush. And I'll show you definitely the sponge way. Maybe I can do the brush way as well. So let me just move these out of my way. And I'm going to just do this on a scrap piece of wood. What I did is, because I do need to mix up some orange to do that one area, so that's going to help. You want to get your colors out. What I did was I painted as you can see, these are separated by score lines. I went ahead and painted this pink, painted this the banana cream, and then this the sweet mint. So I already went ahead and painted those solid, okay? And then what I did was I took my banana cream and I took my bubblegum pink and put them on a brush. And I also mixed up the banana cream and bubblegum pink. So I'll just kind of show you here. So if you're going to do the sponge technique, you want to make sure your sponge is flat. This could be cut off better. You want to use the appropriate size sponge for the area. So what you want to do, sorry, kind of not properly prepared here. What I did was I took the pink and the yellow and put it on my plate, and then I just took and mixed the orange. And I'm going to put that on the middle of my sponge. And then you just dip your sponge one end in the pink, one end in the yellow. So it kind of looks like this. And then what I did is I just went to my paper palette and I kind of just lightly tap. Okay, so I'm blending those paints. As you can see, pink, orange, and yellow. And then you just kind of go to your surface and just lightly tap back and forth. And move a little bit up and down. That way it's blending it. So it's not a solid line. And then what I did is if I needed more color of, more paint, I would just go to my plate, add more. I'm really not wiping off my brush, so. So my sponge looks like this. This is what works for me. There's other ways of doing it. And then I would just come back to this and just lightly tap back and forth, up and down, blending that. And then I would just go back to my surface and go again. And I went a little bit lower than what I should have, but then what I would do because of that is I would go back and get more yellow and come back over and blend it a little bit more. And then just kind of tap lower. Because I definitely have more yellow, more pink and orange. So that's kind of what works for me. The other thing you can do is, I don't know if people remember Donna Dewberry, but she had this method called, I think it was called one stroke. And like I said, you need a flat brush, and I just have a real cruddy one. So you're floating, so you want to put it in water, okay? And what you want to do is load up one corner with the pink, okay? The other corner with the yellow, okay? So you have your paintbrush looks like this. And you want to go to your surface, your paper palette or whatever you do blending, and blend them back and forth so the paint is moving over. And personally, I think this is a little bit harder, just my opinion. And then once you get it blended, just go to your surface and go like that. And as you can see, you've got the pink, then turning into the orange, and then you've got the yellow. So, I like the sponge method. I think it's a little bit easier. And like I said, I put the 3 colors on there. That's what works for me. I've seen other people just take 2 colors and blend it. So you have to find what you feel more comfortable doing and go with that. So that's that. Now I do want to mix some of this orange paint. I want it more, a little bit darker, because I am going to paint that one part of the popsicle. Good morning. So if you have any questions on that technique, please feel free to reach out to me. But that's what they call ombre and blending with your brush. Good morning. So it just takes practice, and everything takes practice. So don't get too frustrated if you don't get it right away. I would recommend practicing on a scrap piece of paper if it was me. All right. Like I said, I want a little bit of orange, and then I'm gonna this is more pinkish. And I'm going to go back and darken this up some. I'm not going to paint the stick of the popsicle. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it the natural wood. I hope everyone is staying safe. There's a lot of bad storms, and we are under a wind advisory, and it's been pretty brutal this morning. So that just kind of carries over from the popsicle. And like I said, I'm going to go back and shade that. And probably the color I'm going to use is that royal fuchsia. Mix it with a little bit of the bubblegum pink. And I probably will do a little bit of highlighting as well on this popsicle. I'll just like highlight the top of it and the bottom. So while that's drying, my water is already a mess. I just want it, that highlighting really light, nothing major. So I use pink chiffon on the pink, and then I'm going to use a color called Cool White to highlight just around the bottom of this green. And like I said, it's very faint. So I'm going to take the royal fuchsia and mix it with this bubblegum pink. Just to get a little darker color. You all right, Kaylee? And really, you don't even have to shade that if you don't want. It'll have to be a personal preference. But that's what we're looking at. I might let that dry and put a little bit of highlighting on the outside edges. This isn't dry yet, but I'm gonna attempt. Kind of just doing it on the tips. I'll probably need to go back just to lighten that up a little bit, because it's definitely fading into the paint. And it will need hit again, because it's pretty light. So in the meantime, I know I want this a light yellow, almost the same color as the sunbeam of the sun. And then I'm going to do multiple colors for the lettering. But I know I want this just a very, very light yellow. Okay, good enough. And let that dry and glue it. So, I'm going to start mixing some paint. And I want to make sure I have more than enough paint because yellow is hard to cover. You just want to make sure you get it mixed really, really well. And you want to make sure you have more than enough paint to cover your surface. I'm not going to worry about going in the score lines. That's for placement purposes only of the letters. And I'm probably going to do an ombre effect on the letters. What I'll do is I'll actually dry brush because I'll want it very, very faint the change in the colors with the highlighting and shading. Hello. So what I used was my banana cream, and I mixed it with... Hey, buddy, how are ya? I hope you have electricity. I heard electricity's out in Alliance. That wind is brutal, isn't it? And just like that, he's gone. Oh, goodness gracious. I just want to get the best possible coat on that I can. Get rid of the blotchiness. I work with his wife, but I've never seen her. She works in a totally different area than me, but I've never met her. And I think she's been there a little bit longer than me. So that's a pretty nice color of yellow. I'm happy with that. I have more than enough paint left over, but that's okay. I might switch out my yellows and use Sunny Day for the letters. That way it stands out a little bit more. I didn't want to do white. I thought about white because anything goes with white. But then to me, white doesn't scream summer. So I'm just sticking with doing this yellow. So let's start working on these letters. Let's go aside. I'll move these up on my board. Congratulations, Akron Zips. That is probably the best college basketball game I have ever seen. I mean, they were down by 18. They were down most of the game. Let's put it that way. They only led in the first half, like 3 minutes in, by 1 point. And they were down the rest of the game. And they come back from an 18-point deficit to win by 2 in like the final 10 seconds. Are you kidding me? And what was interesting, and I didn't know this, is the coach for Miami, Ohio, is the half-brother of the coach from Akron. And I should have sandied these, and I think I'm going to. But that was the best game ever I have ever seen. Now they're going to be because they won, they get to enter into, the basketball brackets. Do I think they'll go far? Nah. Probably not. But just a heck of a comeback. I mean, remarkable. Just absolutely remarkable. And my son-in-law's all happy because Michigan's in. He's a Michigan fan, and we're Buckeyes, and I don't know. We still love them. We'll keep them another year. If anybody from Michigan is watching, sorry. But you know how the rivalry goes. Buckeyes don't like Wolverines. So I'm going to try the banana cream. Get this real quick before it. Still, we haven't even watching here and there. It's amazing. I think that's going to be plenty good. We'll see how well that banana cream sticks out. I don't know. It'll be interesting. If not, like I said, sunny day is a good choice. I think that's going to probably be bright enough. And then once I do highlighting and shading, that'll help as well. So I'm going to use Purple Petal. Alright, and the next color I'm going to use is Shoreline. That'll be my blue color. And I'm just reusing these sponges over and over and over again. All you have to do is just cut off the area that has the paint on them. Then you get a clean surface. And you can do this multiple times. These sponges you can use over and over and over again. And the next color I'm going to use is Sweet Mint. Just cut off the sponge, the purple part. I don't know, I might change that color. I don't know. I might change that to more of a blue-green. I don't know how I feel about that one. I think I'm going to change that to Sea Breeze. You know. It's still going to have that blue-green, but that just looks a little bit more tropical. So I use Sea Breeze, and then the last color is going to be the Coral Shell. Part of me kind of wants to change that blue. I'll stick with it. I have so many colors of paint. Okay. Let's see how well that yellow does pop off of here. I think it's going to be... Yeah, once I do some highlighting and shading, I think I might, just to break up this blue and green. I don't know how I feel about that green now. Part of me kind of wants to lighten it up a little bit. Mix the, I'm mixing that sweet mint with that sea breeze. Just to calm that down a little bit. It's a little bit too much in the face for me. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let this dry really good. I'm gonna come back. I need to dry brush some highlighting and shading. So I think I want to start with the shading first. just to bring in darker. And then I'll decide after, see how that looks, if I want to do some highlighting. I definitely need to change my water. It is not good. So I'm going to take a quick break, do all that, and when I get back, we'll do a little dry brushing and get these letters looking better, and we'll work on the squares. So hopefully you stick around. Let's do a little dry brushing. The key to good dry brushing is a clean, dry brush and making sure you wipe off enough paint. I have 3 brushes I can use. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I really clean them off and dry them good. So I'm gonna start with the Royal Fuchsia. I'm just gonna load up my brush and I'm gonna take it over to my napkin. Hopefully you can see. And wipe paint off. I just kind of push down and do a circular motion. And I rather take off too much paint in the beginning than not enough. Then I'm just gonna come to my surface and I like to do just a circular motion. And I'm just very lightly pressing. I want it a little bit darker than that, so I'll just load my brush back up again. Come over here and rub as much off. I'd rather rub too much off and have to go back and reload than have too much paint on in the first place. And I'm touching oh so lightly. And clean your brush off and try and dry it as best as you can, because I'm gonna need to use it again. Because if your brush is damp in any way, you're not going to get the results that you want. So I'm going to use Antique Gold on the yellow. And dry brushing is just a faint, delicate way of adding color to the surface. See, that's very, very minimal. If I was to float this, it would be bolder. But I'm not trying to do that. The next color I'm going to use is turquoise. And I know this is pretty minimal as it is. I might switch it up and go with desert turquoise. We'll see how it goes once I put this on. So you can barely see that. That's pretty minimal, but I think I'll stick with it for now. Maybe try and see if I can just get a little bit darker on the bottom. Then I'm going to use lavender, which I know is a pretty dark color for this purple petal. So I want to be pretty careful. All right. This color is a bluegrass green, and this is another pretty bright dark color. So I want to be careful. Let me see how dark that is. So I'm really pushing down and trying to rub out as much color as possible. And just touching the surface very, very lightly. Because I can come back and add, you just can't take away. Darken it up just a titch more. And like I said, I'm pressing down into my napkin. Here's the reason why. Because paint gets up in through these bristles. I do think I might need to do that desert turquoise on that blue. Okay, the next color is going to be Coral Blush. Yeah, I'm going to do the desert turquoise. Because that's just not giving me the look that I want. But I know I want to put this on sparingly. I don't know about that. Let's try and hit that one more time. All right. Now I think for highlighting, I'm actually going to float. So I'm going to use the pink chiffon. Too much water. I'll go back and hit that. For the yellow, I'm going to use the cool white. And I'm not going down as far as what I did with the shading. And if I'm not mistaken, I think cool white is used on that green as well. Get some of this pan. I'm going to use Spa Blue. Which almost looks like a white. Then I'm going to use Wisteria. For the purple. Oh, a lot more come out than what I wanted. I did it early. And then the last color is white peach. I think that's going to be probably good enough. So, let's get some gluing going on. Well, at least the sun is out right now. Guess I'll be hitting that again. I don't know what happened. Part of me kind of wants to shade around this sign. And I'm going to. It just kind of looks boring. So I'm gonna take the banana cream. Whoops. Float some shading. And what I like to do is just pat at the surface all the way down, and then I come back with my brush and then just smooth it out. I think it's too stressful to try and do this all in one stroke. So this is what works for me. And I'll let that dry really good. And I'll go back and do the sides. That kind of just is gonna make things pop off of there. Then I have to decide what colors I want my surfaces, my squares to be. I know I want blue. I'm going to put my sun on a blue. I'm thinking the coral shell to put this on. I'm kind of thinking purple petal and pink. Part of me kind of wants to get that green in there, but I really didn't want to shade the squares, and I'm gonna try and get away with not doing that. I mean, does it change the look? It absolutely does. I mean, that just changes that completely. And once I put those letters on there, it's just gonna give it a whole nother look. But part of the reason why I don't want to shade the squares is because I really want this pink, and that color is horrific that you got to shade with. It's too much. I could get away with a yellow. We'll see. We'll do some gluing first, and then we'll decide. If you haven't been here before or watched me, I like to use stick fast glue in the thick consistency. From time to time, you gotta clean off the nozzle. And I'm gonna need to clean it off better than that. Whoa. That's too much glue. That'll be slip sliding away. You don't need a whole lot of glue. Hello. gonna decide how I want my M's. I'm gonna do the and the R first. I'm funny like that. I guess it can be considered perfection. I don't know. Part of me just wants to have the blue there. I think that's what I'll do. Pretty bright, pretty fun. I like it. I do like that. So let's start on these squares. And I didn't bring my sign up, so I'm gonna have to go get that. So I'm gonna use the color Shoreline. And what I like to do is when I'm getting close to the edge, I'm kind of tilting my sponge to try and prevent paint from getting on the sides. I mean, it's pretty clean. And then also too, I'm lightening my pressure as well. Once I get to the ends. I put it on pretty thick in the middle, but then I just kind of lighten everything as I get out to the edges and then tilt my sponge back towards me. All right, I need to go get my sign. That was kind of dumb not to bring it up. I'm going to empty my water because I do think I'm going to I'll probably go around these squares. But I think this is a good choice. And you can put this however you want. You can put it at an angle if you want. I'm probably going to just keep it straight up and down. But I think that's a good choice for the blue square. Now to figure out everything else. So, I will be back shortly. If you did not happen to catch the live or the series on YouTube, this is the spring insert. And hello, Kathy. Sorry I missed you. And I absolutely love the colors. Love it, love it, love it. I love this interchangeable sign. It's just so versatile. I mean, I'm changing it out all the time, and I have so many different inserts for it. I just absolutely love it. All right. I thought about doing this orange. I don't really want a yellow square because I already have one. Like I said, I kind of don't want to do that pink, but I know this is going to go on that. That I know. So I think I'm going to do this color for the beach ball, which is the coral shell. Also, too, the popsicle would look good on this. And something you can do too is you can have all these squares the same color if you wanted. I'm just trying to really bring in all kinds of different colors. Because to me, summer is very bright colors. The beach is very bright colors. And I do have a beach theme insert that we'll be doing as well. And I can't wait to do that. It has some really cute elements to go with it. So if you like the beach, you're going to want to watch that. So I just kind of thought that would look good on there. There's not a whole lot of peach. We will see. I actually thought that might look good on there. I don't know. So I think I'll make a square, the sweet mint. I mean, that'll look good on there. That would actually even look good on there. So it just has to be a personal preference. I think the last color I'm gonna do purple. Do purple petal. Staying away from that pink. Hello. I mean, something you can do is make actually all your squares white that way, because everything is just so colorful. It would pop off the white. So it just has to be really a personal preference. Just has to be what you really want it to be. I mean, that would be good on there. That, oof, that would pop off of there. That pops off of there. That even pops off of there. Hmm. Decisions, decisions. All right, let's try and do a little shading. I'm gonna do that desert turquoise on this blue. I might have to go over that again. We'll see how it dries. And what I like to do is I like to go down two sides opposite of one another. And then I let it dry, and I'll go back and hit the other sides. And I don't even like the color I have to shade with that. That's it. Bluegrass green, and that is just so bold. Really, really bold. So I really need to water down my paint and blend. Because it's way darker than what I would like. And that's actually not bad. Hopefully I can repeat that process. We will see. Alright, I need lavender for the purple. And I know I need to really blend that as well. All these shading colors, that's recommended for the particular colors that I'm using. Are way darker and they stand out more. So you really have to, unless you want that really, really bold, you just gotta blend your paint really good. I already know about the weather alert. And I always get paint on my fingers, always, when doing this. There's no avoiding it. I'll use Coral Blush to shade. I have way too much water in my brush, but that's nothing new. So get yourself a mop brush like this and just kind of dab at those wet areas, because if not, you're going to end up with a watermark. And that's fixable because all you have to do is take the paint color and kind of go over it. But these Dynasty brushes hold water and they hold paint. They're really good brushes. That's why they're so costly. See, and I'm just dabbing at the surface. Even though that's not a long area, but I like to dab at the surface and I come back. And then I just do one whole swoop down. And what that does is it just smooths out all those padding marks. Hi, Renee. How are you? And I think this could use a little. You getting really bad storms over that way? Oh, I'm doing a summer insert for my interchangeable sign. So I'm just painting my squares. Got some flip-flops, a popsicle, a beach ball, and a cool sun with some glasses. So I'm about almost finished. Oh, it's starting? It's been windy here for the last couple days. So I hope stay safe, you guys. Oh, thank you. Tell Linda I said hello. I need to get over that way this summer. It's been a while. And I'm loving Linda's cross stitching. I love to cross stitch. Haven't done it in a long time. All right. I think I'll put one more coat. I'm Linda's cousin, Cindy. Eleanor's daughter. You probably don't recognize the business name. Yeah, I'm Linda's cousin, Cindy. So you got a surprise. She does do a great job. I absolutely love when she posts pictures. I named my business name after my mom and my grandma. Yeah, I like to do a lot of crafts. All the stuff I paint, I actually draw up myself. They're my designs that I create, and I cut them on a laser cutter and paint them. I do live tutorials so people can see, and yeah. I think just doing crafts kind of run in the family. I think we take after our grandma. Oh, Tara said hello. But yeah, I think we get all our crafting and all that stuff from our grandma. Because she did all kinds of stuff. All right, let's make a decision here what I want where. Oh, I've done that. I like that. I have a couple that I kind of need to finish. Never did frame them though. Do you have one of those lights that you use? Because I think that really helps show those areas. If you don't, you ought to get one. I got mine off of Amazon. But those are a game changer. All right. I'm kind of thinking. I don't know. Part of me wishes I painted that pink. Oh. That even looks good on that. I do like this, this pops off of there. All right, I'm gonna make... they have this light that you, it's like a flat light, and you put the, I'll just call it a canvas of the diamond art. You put it on top, and what it does is it kind of lights from underneath and helps you see things better. I have to see if I can find mine. I like I said, I purchased it off of Amazon. Oh, this was years ago. If I can find out what it was, I doubt if it's still available, that particular one, but they have other ones out there. I can send you a link, like on Messenger, if you want. I think... So who's a great grandbaby? Which... Okay, yeah, I don't know how much I paid for it. Maybe $15, $16, but like I said, that was years ago. But it's a game changer. It really is. Maybe I'll do the baby pink. Because our eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm going to try baby pink, which is a different color pink. I'm just not feeling that. I actually have like a kit I haven't even done. I don't even know where all the pieces are anymore. I don't know if I'll ever do it again. So if I can find all that stuff, you can have it. I'm sure Linda's enjoying retirement. Now this is actually a different shade of pink. And it's going to take several coats to go over this green. But I'm just not feeling that green. It's not what I was after. Do you guys still have your fish, Renee? And your little ponds outside? Aww. Does she stay busy? I was wondering, because of like how cold it got this winter, how that affected, you know, the fish in the pond. I don't know how deep your ponds are, so is Doug coming back this summer? I'll do that. Yeah, I work. I only have time on the weekends. And I get up really early during the week to go to work, so. But I would, and, you know, grab Lori and come out and visit. Oh, interesting. But you still feed them, though, right? I mean, you guys' garden is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you did such a nice job. It's just absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I'll talk with Lori, and she works weekends sometimes too. Well, then how do they eat? What do they eat? Or they don't eat? I don't know much about fish. I mean, I had a fish tank, but I still had to feed my fish. Interesting. Interesting. So then when do you start feeding them again? I'm learning a lot here. Oh, all right. See, these are things that I just, I didn't know. I always wondered, but I had no idea. Well, you guys' garden is absolutely beautiful. I know I'd spend a lot of time out there. It's just, it's really relaxing and beautiful. Oh, late April. Interesting. So they're active for about 7 months. I know you had some pretty big fish in there. Yeah, if you follow my page, I'll probably post a picture of my sign on my page later today. Because I always like to post a picture of whatever it is that I'm working on when it's done. So, but I've been doing this for about 3 years now. I just started doing live painting. Oh, you lost sound. Interesting. Huh. I don't know. Everything looks like it's working on my end, but I'm sorry. I hope it comes back. Hopefully it's not me, but you never know. Technology is tricky. Seeing that, I think that'll look good on there. Let that dry really good. And they say the color is that royal fuchsia. Yeah. Which I really didn't want to use. But I am going to try the bubblegum pink and see if that makes any type of difference. If not, the royal fuchsia it is. Which does not make me happy camper. I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me see if it is me. Let me see if it is me. Oh, did you? Good. Yeah, because I just checked and I still have volume. But you never know. Like I said, technology is funny. So. All right. They say royal fuchsia is the shading color. I don't know if I can get away with the bubblegum pink. I really need to let that dry. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I just use my cell phone to record. But we all know cell phones can be fussy from time to time. Yeah, but as soon as I'm done finishing this and taking my photos and creating my listing, I will go on and see if I can find that light on Amazon. Because you can always review your purchases, but like I said, I purchased that. I purchased that before Mom passed away. And Mom will be gone 5 years. So I know it's been quite some time. All right, let's try this bubblegum pink. See if it makes a difference. If not, I'm gonna have to figure out this royal fuchsia. It's very minimal. Oh, she did? It's a game changer. You'll love it. You will absolutely love it. Thanks for stopping in and chatting. I'm always on the weekends. So, you and Linda have a good day. Stay safe. No, I'm actually doing what they call floating. I'm applying color to the edges. So I just put it on like a corner of my brush and blend it, and then I just touch the surface. So it's part water, part paint. That's what I do. It's what they call floating and shading. Then I have to let it dry because it's wet. Because if I was to go and do this side, then I would remove that color of paint. So it's a process. It takes a little bit of time, but yeah, like I said, I'll post a photo of this when I'm done. After I get my pictures taken, I'll post it on my Elavita page. All right, take care. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a difference, but not a whole lot. But I think I'll do more coats on this particular color than I have the others. And I've got way too much water on my brush, way too much. You too. So while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing. Because I kind of think I like what I've got going on here. I do like what I've got, my choices. Everything kind of pops off of there, and that's just way too much glue. Way too much. I'm an overachiever today. And I kind of think I'm gonna put him at a slight angle. Well, maybe not. No, I'll keep him straight. See, I never can make up my mind. It's still wet. Now this, though, I know I'm going to put at an angle. You don't need a whole lot of glue. This I think I'll put at an angle. Because it'll just add some interest. All right. The shading color on here is pretty minimal, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I didn't want it very bright. I will hit that again. But this is going to be pretty darn cute. Very fun, very colorful. I absolutely love it. Love it. And it's early. I might come back on. You never know. And start on my other insert. I can't talk today. And you always want to clean your brushes out when you're done. Clean them out really, really good. Use soap and water. They even have brush cleaner out there. And then what I like to do is I like to store my brushes, just lay them down flat on my table and let them dry. And then I'll put them away. I don't like to put my brushes that are wet. I have a holder, and then what happens is the brushes are upside down. So if your bristles of your brush are still wet and or damp, that water then is seeping down into your ferrule. So I always like to let my brushes lay flat until they're dry, and then I'll go back and put them back in my holder. Because once, your bristles start spreading out and whatnot, especially when it comes to your shading, your floating brushes, that just kind of, it ruins your brushes. And brushes are just too expensive. They're too expensive to have to replace. Now I'm just going to do this just like this. And then we'll put these in my sign. But I absolutely love this. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm ready for summer. I am ready. So this is what the frame looks like when there's nothing in there. These little holes on the back are for you so you can pop it out. And you can arrange these however you want. But I think that's how I'm going to do it. And I absolutely love this. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. So with that being said, I'm going to get off here, take a couple photos, create a listing for this, and then I'm going to get my video uploaded to YouTube. So I want to thank you for stopping in. And to the people that stopped in and said hello and chatted with me, thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you'll come back. Tell your friends, tell your fellow crafters. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Elevita Designs. Please subscribe. Share my page. Share my the link to my YouTube channel with your friends and fellow crafters. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye.